Australia's obesity epidemic is about to get worse.
The country's battle of the bulge. More than 60% of Aussies are obese.
Australia will be in the grip of an obesity epidemic.
We are still putting on weight.
Hi, my name's Kath Reid. I'm a fat activist in Brisbane. I blog at Fat Heifer Lump, where I've been blogging for about 5 years. And it's my goal to change the way people think about fatness. I always thought I was fat. One of my earliest memories, I was called fat. I've always been called fat. And I believed that the worst thing a person could possibly be was fat. Through my teens and 20s and early 30s, I just battled it in every single way I could. You name the diet, I was on it. You name the weight loss plan, I was on it. I believed that I couldn't do anything in life that was good until I was thin. I couldn't have any form of success, couldn't have a good job, couldn't have a loving relationship, couldn't be happy in any way. So I didn't try. I haven't always been fat. I was actually a regular sized little girl, and when I was 17 I was actually diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Since then, taking insulin and treating my diabetes regularly, I slowly became fatter and fatter. When I began to gain weight, I was a little worried, my mother was a little worried, but as time went on, I became okay with being fat. Fat acceptance is the radical notion that fat people are human beings and deserve respect. I discovered fat acceptance probably about 6 years ago. I think it was on Twitter that somebody must have retweeted an article. And as per anything on the internet, you read one and the vortex gets you, and you read the next thing and the next thing. It was kind of like a light bulb went on, and that was when I started to think that perhaps it could apply to me.
I'm Jessica Simpson. I lost over 50 pounds on Weight Watchers.
I'm gonna lose 15 kilos. And you know what? If you're sitting out there wanting to lose weight too, then come and join me.
We're changing the shape of one of Australia's most obese towns.
There seems to be a cultural obsession here, whether you're in Australia or the United States, with a thin body. Health at Every Size is a movement that is basically just encouraging people to adopt good health behaviors and to forget about weight as a goal or weight change as a goal, and instead just embrace the bodies that we're living in and make good health choices to support them.
I'm Sarah Harry and I specialise in body image, and I also teach Curvy yoga. Fantastic. When I tell people that I'm a yoga teacher, I usually get an interesting reaction. Sometimes people think that I'm joking, which is funny and a bit awkward, because I think they expect a yoga teacher to be a certain way, very small and lithe and flexible, and I'm very flexible, but I'm not small or lithe.
On the next inhale, come up, bring your hands to your heart.
I think the problem with aligning exercise and weight loss is that then we put a whole lot of pressure on the only benefit for exercise is a way to lose weight, whereas the benefits of exercise are so enormous. So I think we're doing exercise a great disservice in only making it about weight loss.
Tell me if I've got too much of an image.
Oh, it looks great.
There are many reasons for why someone might be living in a fat body. For some people, that's just genetics, and they're leading very healthy lifestyles, eating good quantities that are appropriate to nourish their bodies. And to try to judge somebody by their weight will give you a lot of misinformation.
One of the main things that I find is that I'm under constant surveillance. You can't go anywhere without being watched by people. That happened before I dyed my hair pink. It happened before I chose to wear bright colours. I used to be what I referred to as a brown sparrow. I would wear dark colours, not wear anything that was visible. It was before I had tattoos, and people would kind of, even then, still sort of make a comment about the fatty, you know. People judge me for my weight all the time. I go out in public, people will give my husband and I looks. We take up a lot of space when we walk down the road holding hands on a footpath. I remember when we were trying to jog once, they were cheering us on like we were in a marathon, and you could tell it was quite sarcastic.
Yeah, you get that from time to time. There's people that think they're, having a bit of fun, but realistically it does hurt sometimes.
It does hurt, yeah.
We hear in the news all the time about an obesity epidemic and how people are dying of obesity. And what we see is that it's just not true. What is true is that people are heavier than they used to be. But what's also true is that we're living longer than ever before.
People ask me all the time if you can be fat and healthy. I'm not offended by that question. I feel like it reflects on me a little bit because I feel like I am a fat and healthy person.
I'm not healthy. I'm going to say that because I have 2 autoimmune diseases. I can't say that I'm fully healthy, but I'm doing the best that I can to live a great life. I'm not the expert on societal health. I am the expert on living in my body. I'm not a disease and I'm not diseased. This is the body that I come in.
If someone offered me a way to instantly lose my weight, guaranteed success tomorrow, I probably still wouldn't accept their offer. We shouldn't all be the same. There's nothing wrong with who I am. There's nothing wrong with being a fat person. Just like there's nothing wrong with being a non-fat person.
Fat acceptance led me to a place where I could be who I wanted to be. And so I started to ask myself how I wanted to be. And that was positive and bright and colourful and fun. And it's a really good feeling. It is a really good feeling to not hate myself.